Hi, welcome to the Introduction to World Literature. This is Dr. Cruz Peterson, and today's lesson is Euripides Medea. Euripides Medea is a tragic story of two lovers named Jason and Medea. But let's begin with a short prequel to the story before we continue. Jason was the rightful king of the king-state of Iolcus, the modern Volos. While he was too young to rule, he went away to be educated by the centaur Chiron, and his uncle Peleus reigned in his place. When Jason was old enough to return to Iolcus, Peleus was reluctant to give up the throne. So in order to regain his rightful place as king of Iolcus, Jason had to get the golden fleece from Aeetes. Lucky for Jason, his divine protector Hera persuaded Aphrodite, the goddess of love, to make Medea fall in love with him. Then, with the help of Medea's magic powers, he stole the treasure. Well, as you can imagine, Medea's dad was pretty angry with her, so she was forced to flee with Jason to Greece. During their flight, Medea used her magic powers or skills to kill her brother who went after them, and to get the daughters of the king Iolcus to kill their father. Using her magic skills, she offered to show Peleus's daughters how to rejuvenate their aging father. She cut a ram into pieces and boiled them in a cauldron with magic herbs. The ram emerged as a newborn lamb, but when the daughters cut up and boiled Peleus, Medea withheld the crucial herbs that would bring him back to life. Medea and Jason were forced to run away again, to live as refugees in Corinth, where this play takes place. As you read the play, I want you to think about Jason's feelings towards Medea. Was he truly in love with her, or did he just see her for her magical skills? And remember, she had been influenced by Aphrodite to fall in love with him, so she would do anything for him. Imagine when you've been in love, and love to a point that you're blind to whatever you're doing. That's probably what happened to Medea. But was Jason feeling the same way for her? You were born of a noble father, son of the sun god, but you know all that. And besides, we are women, most helpless for the good, but skilled craftsmen for all that is evil. What do you think Medea means by skilled craftsmen of all that is evil? Do her actions contradict or reinforce her beliefs? So as you read this and you see, you look at that photograph there, and I'm not going to say any more, but that should give you some indication. And if you've already read Medea or read about her, you will know what I'm talking about. But think about this. Think about what her actions are. Where did they stem from? Is it really stemming from evil? Medea later in the play says, "And the dragon which guarded the golden fleece, and never sleeping, protected it with its many coils. I killed it, and held up the light of safety for you. As for me, after betraying my father and my home, I came to Iolcus, near Pelion, with you, eager, but not prudent. Then I killed Peleus, in the way that he would die most tragically at the hands of his own children, and confounded their entire house." Who is Medea addressing? Does she regret her involvement with Jason? Think about that. Think about what she says here. Think about how she kind of in a way had been foreshadowing their children. He was tragically killed at the hands of his own children. What happens here with Medea? His house, she confounded his entire house. What does she do to hers? Or is it Jason that does it first? Does she regret her involvement with Jason? As I asked, if so, why does she feel remorse? Later, Medea seems to contradict herself. Medea says, "Let no one think that I am mean or weak nor peaceful, but of the other sort, a weight upon my enemies, but to my friends most kind. It is to such people the heroic way of life belongs." Her words and actions seem to suggest heroic qualities. Would you consider Medea a heroic or a Greek heroine? According to John Harrison, and I quote, "In epic poetry it was common to be compared to powerful animals," end of quote. Here, Euripides shows that Medea has some of the qualities associated with Homeric heroes like Achilles and Ajax, or Ulysses. He compares Medea to a wild bull, which is savage power, and a lioness that possesses protective and maternal feelings. And what do you think she means when she says, "A weight upon my enemies, but to my friends most kind"? In contrast, Jason is presented as a character with a heroic past, yet his actions in the play often exemplify the traits of a weak, reactive character. Why do you think Medea predicts an unheroic death for him at the play's close? Does she or does anything in the play attest to Jason's background as a hero? Are we meant to sympathize with Jason at all? Keep in mind that Jason first betrayed his family. And even before that, he had Medea betray her family by stealing the golden fleece from her father and killing her own brother for Jason. And then he slights Medea's honor by falling in love or by marrying someone of a higher caste. This makes him an enemy in the ancient Greek world who deserves punishment, since, according to Greek society, it was a matter of pride, duty, and even pleasure to harm one's enemy. How does Medea harm Jason? Do you believe her actions are justified? The gods are invoked sparingly in Medea, yet the chorus concludes the play by saying Zeus brings to surprising ends and makes the unexpected possible. Zeus, according to Harrison, was, and I quote, "associated with justice, protector of law and morals, guardian of supplicants, strangers and beggars, and god of oaths. He was also the god of the household." End of quote. What do you think, then, when the chorus says, "Of many things Zeus in Olympus is keeper, many are the things the gods bring about against all reason, and what is looked for does not happen after all. Yet a god finds a way for the unexpected." That is how this story has ended. Since Zeus does not protect Jason and his household, do you believe his punishment is just? Or do their words suggest to you gods and a universe that are not just? Keep these questions in mind as you read Euripides Medea.